Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, sir, entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. Thanks so much for popping in tonight. Really appreciate you guys coming and joining me here. We're actually still on Sunday, which is good. We're early before the midnight, which is good tonight. I want to thank you for popping in. We have a great show for you tonight. And you know how we do this. We start on a Saturday with a brand new master topic, and we roll all the way through the week, and we end on a Friday. So thanks so much for coming in. And I want to thank our friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates for coming back and supporting me. We're going to be celebrating a birthday very soon for IFYL, so I'm really excited about that. IFYL is going to turn 1. And I also want to take this opportunity because I realize a lot of you guys are watching the show later on. I want to thank those of you that are joining us on the replay and inviting you to check everything out, all the great content. If you're new or you're on the replay, go ahead and grab your smartphone, launch your camera, point it over to the QR code, hit that yellow oval. You'll get my link tree with lots of great information to inspire you and help you guys become a better version of yourself. Let's get right into the master topic because I am psyched. I know you guys are too. How to Reset series, episode number 2. So, reset. Now, I'm going to talk about an interesting thing because reset has a lot of premises to it. How do we reset dominoes? Well, and I'm talking about the dominoes, the dominoes, the the tiles. The thing about dominoes is that the game begins with a tile being placed at the center of the table. Okay. And the other thing that's interesting is that each player then takes turns to match the dots, where each match has a side of the same dot count. So a player is unable to make a match, or as they would say, extend the line, then they are required to draw from the what they call the bone yard. The game continues until a player manages to clear his or her hand of tiles, and the winner then gains points equivalent to the number of dots in their opponent's hand. For higher player counts, you can use a double nine set, which is often recommended. And the matching of the tiles follows a simple rule. As long as one of the ends of the domino has a matching value, you can make a match. Pretty interesting, right? So, since dominoes include doubles, one can also match doubles in a very, how can I say, a very specific way. So, you can do like a 6, and then you can do a domino that has 12, and you could put that in, and that'll work. You can also use part of that domino. You don't have to use the whole thing. So that's pretty cool. And the importance of this method is due to the blocking aspect. So it makes it so that when only one tile can be used to extend the match, as opposed to more that we would see. So when we talk about reset, all right, we want to reset our lives. We want to reset where we're going. I think it gets a little bit confusing, right? I want to equate this to dominoes because if you put all the dominoes out one by one by one by one by one, right? And then you just kind of touch them and they all kind of fall. Well, there's something that I just found out about not too long ago, and it's might be for kids, but we're all kind of kids at heart, right? So I found something called a domino. It's basically called a domino train, and a domino train is really pretty cool because the domino train will literally go around and set up all the dominoes. Right? That's pretty neat, isn't it? I mean, when you think about how that works and how that resets, um, I think I think a lot of people don't quite understand, what that means. But so when you start out with dominoes, for example, right? I think they're so really cool. And so, taking the time to set up the dominoes takes a lot of time. But with a little domino train, you can basically set up your dominoes in like a fraction of the time. Is that pretty cool? So, when we think about, how the time is and how we have to put the dominoes together, it can seem like it takes a lot of time. But when we use a train like this little technique, we basically can reset the dominoes like really easily. I mean, I think that's just like I think that's cool. And so thinking about the whole thing, you put the dominoes in and you have fun, knocking them down. But I got to tell you, in life, we need to do a reset. Sometimes we have to reset because we're stressed. We have to reset because maybe we need to pull away from something. We need to reset because we're not seeing something clearly. Even myself, when I write things, I need to take a reset from writing so I can get a break and then get a fresh perspective. Sometimes you need to take a reset from a routine. Some routines are good, but I always feel that life is good with a dichotomy. That's my personality. I like that. And so when we think about a reset in life, so think of a reset like dominoes. When you put all those dominoes out, it takes a lot of time to put them out. And if you do it by hand, it could take you a very long time. And then when they're all done, you obviously have to clean them up manually. But the thing is, when the dominoes are all set up and you have them all set up properly, you just touch them and then they all fall. But when you have to set them up one by one, it takes a lot of time. And I know how many times you probably had this happen to you too, where you're putting the dominoes down and you put them down like, oh shoot, I didn't I didn't space it ever right. Hit the thing. Oh no, all the dominoes just went down. I spent like an hour putting them out and then they all go. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. I think that is so cool that I can't even imagine, ladies and gentlemen, how easy that is, because when you have something that's going to, how can I say, that's going to do what it needs to do, then you can actually appreciate. That's right. I said you can appreciate the way it goes. And so in our lives, sometimes we have to reset. Like if we're going to cook, for example, a reset might be putting things in the dishwasher. A reset is a way to get back to the beginning. So many times in our lives, we're working on something, and it's really great what we're working on. However, we're not getting any further than where we are. And the reason we're not getting further, ladies and gentlemen, it's because we're not seeing the entire forest. We're just seeing the trees, right? I've said this to you guys before. This is nothing new. But thinking about how we reset, how we do what we're going to do, I think that is something that is, I'm going to tell you, pretty cool. Resetting your life. Okay, resetting your life is a way of regrouping. And there's a lot of things in our life we have to reset, not just dominoes, right? Dominoes was one example. Once you knock them down, you have to pick them up and you have to reset them up again. But if you go through life and you never reset, you're going to miss out on a lot of things. You're going to only see the trees, right? Or the bears, but you're not going to see the entire forest. Reset. What else has to be reset in your life? Sometimes you have to reset a clock, right? So let's just think about this just for a moment. We're going to get more into this, obviously, as the week goes on. But what devices or what things do we have to reset often? I'm just going to say to you. And sometimes you need to reset your life. That can happen, right? Sometimes you need to reset a toy. Maybe you need to reset a timer, right? So if I asked you right now, what things or devices do we have to reset? If I asked you that question, I know that sounds a little crazy, right? But think about it for a moment. Reset. Reset is a way of saying that I want to stay calm. Just calm. So resetting, resetting your life. How do you reset your life? You have to think about what you want. You have to look at your core values. And you have to realize that you are the captain of your ship, no one else. Take time to clear your mind, focus on that physical health. And it's okay to reset your life. It's okay to get off track and get back on track. It perfectly is okay. How else can you reset your life? I already told you to change your routine, right? Change your routine. If something's not perfect, which is going to happen, embrace it. If there's extra baggage in your life, well, let it loose. Laugh. Learn. Put little mini things that you can celebrate when you reach them. Okay? Get outdoors. Start a project. Just think about all the wonderful things in your life that you have. And there are a lot of wonderful things in your life. So resetting is good because many people need to reset. And the easiest way to reset, I've told you this before, basically just close your eyes. Okay. I want you to take a deep breath for me. Inhale for the count of 3. I want you to hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And exhale for the count of 3. We're going to do this again, but we're going to do inhale for the count of 3. But I want you to think about the number 2 in your mind as you inhale. Inhale. Hold it for the count of 3. Look at the number 2 in your mind 3 times. Hold it for 3 and exhale. And one more time. Inhale. See the number 1 3 times. Hold it for 3 and exhale. So just breathing, just getting in touch with that heart-brain connection is really pretty powerful, And a lot of people believe that they don't have time to reset their life. They're too busy to reset. I'm here to tell you that if you don't reset your life, you're going to miss things. And you're going to wonder why you didn't get where you wanted to be. It's not because you couldn't do it. That's not the reason. It's because you got into this trap. You got into this trap. But just taking a few moments a day to be grateful, to just take in what's around you, I think that's pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, an honor to be with you this amazing evening, as we're not quite into the wee hours of the morning yet. I hope you like, love, and support the channel. Definitely comment below. I want you to, of course, comment, but share this out with everyone you know on social media. go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space Morley Y Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a refreshing beverage, or perhaps a savory dessert. Either way, we're going to be grateful with those pennies and dollars you invest into us, because we're going to put that into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, empowered content to allow you to change your life and become even better if you really want to. Hello there, Diggs. Just getting ready to sign off. Thank you so much for your comment. Really appreciate you coming in. I hope you are finding our content interesting and valuable. This whole week, we're talking about how to reset. That's your life and lots of other things. And when we just step back a moment, a lot of times gamers have to reset, right? Because you can't play the board or something has to reset. So when we reset, we get a chance to regroup, right? So have yourself a wonderful evening, and I'm going to be back tomorrow with some more great content just for you. Take care, everyone.